Hey, DMV. What's up, y'all? Rob Parker, back again with another episode 60. Autumn season is nearby. Thank you for the listeners, viewers, everybody that's supporting us on every platform to connect with us. Thank you for allowing us to drop the last episode 59. You know what I'm saying? The turntables. I appreciate y'all tuning in. We talked a little bit about Commanders, Wizards, basketball. We had a little bit about Doomsday trailer. This episode, we're going to dive in right into the previews of EA Madden 27, 2K27 previews. We got a Spider-Man brand new day, post-day reaction. A little bit late with that, but I promise y'all I was going to share with that with y'all. And we got some little bit interesting topics just to talk about before we even preview for the next episode, the oncoming weeks. This is one of the triple deckers episode that we just dropping. Just Your Last Sports is coming out with endless of content, just non-stop, ongoing visuals, content, just to debut to y'all. Let's go ahead and get right into the show. I just wanted to see how everybody feeling, man. Everybody is feeling with all these new games that's coming out. Of course, you got the big fish that's nearby. You got GTA 6, previewing of the Vice City. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's going to be one of the games of the decade, probably in this whole entire century that we're in. Like, I think this is going to be better than all the GTAs combined, in my opinion. But, we're not even going to really get into that. We're going to get into a little bit about GTA 6 in another episode. I really want to give you about my opinion on the latest EA and 2K games. And for me, as a person, like, going back, let's go ahead and take it right back to history. First ever Madden game that my mom got me, for my birthday. Remind y'all, my birthday is on August 28th, so usually Madden always comes like about the second weekish towards August. You know what I'm saying? School is always starting. You got the season that's changing. Time zones is going from 8 to 7 p.m. is when it's getting darker. The nights are getting less hotter. Less humid throughout the day. I mean, it depends. I mean, this is sort of like tornado, hurricane, monsoon season, whatever, wherever you live in and stuff. August is an interesting month of the year because it's shifting into a new season. That's why District Live Sports is titling this episode as Autumn Season Nearby, because we got football that's nearby, we got a season nearby, color in the trees are changing. Everybody's getting ready for Halloween, Thanksgiving, getting ready for our holidays nearby. So, and then what you got, like, what is it? September, October, November, December. Man, it's like less than 5 months left. Like, literally, like, it's really that third quarter, getting down to that fourth quarter. And one of the best times of the year, your boy, or whatever, G-Day month that's coming. But besides that, Madden, as I was continuing on this subject, man, like I said, my mom, she gave me my first ever Madden 04. To all the youngins that's listening back, that's when you had, you still had John Madden as the broadcaster, and his crew, narrating games and stuff. You had Michael Vick on the cover, man, one of the best Maddens of all time, really, in my opinion. But growing up over the years, as simulation animations started to adapt to the Madden, it sort of got better in terms of competitiveness, in terms of game flow, strategies, schemes. You got certain players and their individual emos. You got certain stadiums and their rituals or their little camaraderie, or how they bring up about each game and stuff. Like, At one point, Madden started to get better. And then the shift is, well, now we just see it as a game who just have updated rosters. From what the takeaways on research from Madden, based on the new Madden 27, as terms of gameplay and mechanics, time and base catching, they talking about releasing the catch button in the green zone gives receivers a major advantage through mastering it. Required practice. Sounds normal. I mean, this almost sounds like in 2K, like you're trying to shoot a perfect green light, making a three or making a jump shot or even a dunk. So it sounds similar, but that sounds all right. Defensive stack adjustment, new tactical strategies like combo, triangle, and lock help defenders react effectively against stacked offensive sets. Sound like somebody who's trying to get more adapt to how play calling is going against certain coverages or certain scheme looks on offense, and you're trying to game plan against, which is normal. And then I guess for like one of my favorite modes I used to play on Madden was Superstar. Now Superstar is somewhat related to my player on 2K, but I like Superstar in terms of how they go into games where you're just solely based on how you do as a player, and then the rest of the team, it basically is like a builder. Like you got to build chemistry. You got to build chemistry with your offensive coordinator, defensive coordinators to have more looks or more plays. You got to have a certain rep with your agent so that you can have certain deals, certain what is it, like sponsorships, or have an ability to request trades. You got the fan relationship where you can build off and have more fans to root for you, and you gonna be able to increase your superstar level. Really cool thing that Madden brought out. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like Madden used to have a thing back then where you could just play as one player, but they never really got in too deep into like superstar mode where you're actually talking to different storylines and different headlines each week. I think one of the things that Madden should kind of incorporate how 2K does it is try to make a modern football player, as in a guy to just train or play backyard football, or rec type of football games, possibly maybe a flag game, or things where that they could kind of imitate and be solely on just everyday lifestyle superstar mode. Compared to 2K, it's just everyday life 2K my player, because it's like a day in the grind type of thing. I think Superstar kind of left off of they don't have that day in the grind type of element where you could just play your player all the time, because playing games or just doing practices, it gets boring. And I think the only increase with them saying that they built is offers fun progression in presentation post draft, though early passing drills during the combine can feel artificially inaccurate. Just like I said, bro, none of this stuff is reeling in. None of this stuff is gravitating to fans who really want to dive in more into these type of modes. Personally, for me, I'm a franchise guy. Always and will be. I always like to build up my roster. I always like to change up the coaches, possibly get a new stadium put in for the team, make draft picks, trades, trying to build up the roster, seeing what I have left in the cap, see what I can get from the cap. How can I, manipulate the cap space, or how I can make the team better. It's always good to have those type of features, and especially when, as the real season in the real life football is going on, it incorporates whatever that's going on, and then it's basically give it little real live online updates to how the season is going. And that's cool to me. But for others, Nowadays, you just got Ultimate Team where people are building teams through their superstar mode, like I mentioned, and one-on-one head matchups. So, I mean, again, people still love the game of sports. People still love the game of video games. Hold on, that don't make sense. People still love the idea of video games. Yeah, let me say that right. And I just feel like real fans know that there's nothing more that EA or Madden or any of these sport video games could really do but just update rosters. Unless it's just a groundbreaking change where they could just make it different, make it more comfortable, make it more wow, like it feels like I'm actually in the league instead of just playing certain parts, or they're doing things where they just trying to catch you and get you in a trick bag. Now, with Madden, they have a seasonal thing, but real football fans really just love playing football all day. I'm one of them. Shoot, I may or may not, but honestly, it's looking like a no-go for me. Although I do have Madden 26, but I don't know. I am thinking about the NCAA 27 though. So yeah, quote me on that. For NBA 2K27. Now this is where it really get interesting. I'm gonna tell you right now, District Glass Sports, I hated NBA 2K26. The my player sucked, like absolutely sucked. What is it? That little Journey Quest, out of bounds bullshit that you gotta choose a certain quest to continue your career through that season. Man, that's a bunch of baloney. That's a bunch of BS of trying to get people sucked in. And you know what these games be doing to y'all, bro? I don't think y'all realize what these video games really be doing to finesse y'all in y'all pockets. They come out with a different version or a different edition of a video game saying that they have a certain edition where you're spending the standard, you got the elite, and you got the VIP or unlimited edition. They both, all of them come with different price tags. And then you're looking at yourself like, man, I'm not going to spend on that because that's not me. But hold on though. Let's rewind. You won't buy the unlimited edition or the VIP edition or whatever. But then you go on your My Career. Give or take. Let's be for real. You want to compete in my park. You want to play with your friends. You want to play at my rec. Cool, bro. You want to get some shoes. You want to get a fit. You want to get a nice jumper, nice slam, little shaking handle. You want to be better. So you're going to spend a little bit of money. You want to go to the store and buy some VC, or you're going to put your credit card, debit card online, and then you're going to spend on that VC to get better. 2K finesse you, bro. I'm a victim too, bro. I'm one of them. It's okay. Come here. Let's all hug it out. We've all been finessed. In terms of equity and all types of funds that we put into these games, bro. We're all victims. Yeah, you won't buy that unlimited edition to get that extra VC that it's come with? Cool. 2K say fine. They're going to allow you to play these low My Career games, and you're going to be stuck there. They're going to give you these hard courses, and then you're going to be so frustrated. Like, back in the day, people used to grind. People used to just play these games at the highest level, try to grind out about 1,000 or luckily 1,200 VC a game if they can get that, and they have to just grind it out. Nah, bro. People are just saying, F that. I'm gonna just spend $20, $50 on VC. I'm gonna be up. You should have just got the unlimited edition like 2K was advertising. That's what I mean by these video games are just finessing, bro. Like, it ain't no way around it. But that's just my opinion on that aspect. I did hear about the NBA 2K My Career is starting to, they're going to supplement like the women's My Player. That is OC. Again, shout out to the WNBA. Shout out to women's sports, women hoops. I'm a big fan of women hoops. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Nick. And that's the one who really got me into women hoops really big. And I just feel like this is a real game changer, man. Especially in the women community who really admires these NBA 2K games. Like, they could see themselves and make a whole life of them own and starting to build it. I'm really interested to see how that goes as a fan, as a gamer. So yeah, shout out to that. They got a thing where I was once talking to a guy at my job. Shout out to my bro, man. He know who he know who it is. He know who I'm talking about. We had a conversation about if NBA 2K had a time where you can just go back in time into a time chamber and play at any generation, and my player is playing on that level and getting better and just playing that generation. Man, shout out to you, bro. You know who you is. Man, 2K really brought that idea to life. He DM'd me about it. He said, bro, I told you so. I was like, bro, you right. You right. So give it a shout out to him. I did like 2K, that what they did with their. But yeah, let's get into the gameplay and on-court controls, man. We got the dynamic layup engine and step-throughs. Features over 7,000 new pro play animations, including signature step-throughs and upgraded layup engine that adjusts shooting hands dynamically to evade shot blockers. I seen some gameplay animations where it looked like some dude was doing Euro steps and doing 5 steps. Dude, some of these animations getting a little bit technical. So hopefully a lot of these gameplays or these animations ain't making people foul or getting penalties on traveling or whatever. Shoot. Redesign physical defense. Definitely need that. Includes refined hands up position, an 8-tier color coded shot contest feedback system, and a new defensive impact indicator under the shooter. It sounds intriguing. Skill-based ankle breakers. Replaces chance-based ankle breaking outcomes with a logic-driven system that tracks defender momentum and body position. Not bad. Hopefully, some of those animations or those offensive pro plays can add on to that. So, a little bit interesting. Rhythm shooting updates. Interrogates tick marks sync with pro stick to reward precise tempo. Now, also available at the free throw line. Excuse me. That sounds really neat. As gameplay and on-court controls, that sounds fine. I think what people want to see is, are these things going to be somewhere where it's just something to catch you and just you buy, or is it something to catch you like, okay, man, 2K is really trying to really change things for the better and make things more adaptable for people, and not just people that hack, people that just cheat all the time, or people that just don't really have no more love for the game. Yeah, I think it's really starting to come down to that. As Unc standing right here or sitting right here, I'm just sharing to y'all, man, for people that's been on 2K for the longest, since the MJ cover 2K or the Durant and the D Rose and the Russell Westbrook cover days, or the Paul George cover days, man, look, I think 2K is just out of some people's league, man. I think it's out of my league. I had so many invites on the game from friends who just wanted to run with me, and it's just like, bro, I'm just not good. I'm at a rated overall 98, and my player was accustomed to like CJ McCollum. I'm a small forward. Like, nah, bro, I'm good. I just feel like 2K is just at a point where it's starting to reach its limits, and the only way that it can really be accustomed to where people are going to just fall in love if they change the whole aspect of the game. Now, I could be asking too much as a fan, but that's just my opinion. I do feel like it's starting to be a young man's game. I feel like it's always been a young man's game, and I just feel like some people just, you get outdated. So yeah, trust me, if I was a real deep gamer, y'all would be seeing highlights and content with District Live Sports of us playing like the Washington teams and playing all these teams that's local for us. But I ain't that damn good. My man Dollar, no, he got some skills. That boy can hoop. He can ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know. But we ain't got that time to be streaming and giving out to y'all. We gonna get there one day. But this is a lot of sports. We ain't there yet. Hey man, let's get into a District Live Sports commercial, man. Let's shout out to these businesses, man. Let's go ahead and shout out to one of our latest district. As you can see right here, we have the latest edition, District Rodeo. The other day on episode 59, on the turntable episode, we had the District Live Sports work polo. Of course, we're gonna have a lot more to distribute. We're gonna have a lot more to advertise and just show out to the community of what we got going on. I keep telling y'all, man, we got flavors. We got all types of colors and all types of brands and all types of designs. We just dishing out, man. This apparel is soon to be dropping in stores, soon to be vending real soon. We're gonna keep y'all real close on the vending, so please stay tuned on the District Apparel, man. Shout out to my boy Dollar behind the designs and the inspirations. District Apparel. Let's get back to the show, man. How y'all feeling today, man? It's pretty early, you know what I'm saying? We're recording in the early morning. Earliest episode I ever recorded, but I started my day with a little coffee. I started my day with a little bit of run, jump rope, push-ups, and that's really my coffee right there. I don't really drink coffee, but my main method of getting my day going, of needing a boost, is a workout. And this is one of my favorite segments that I've been thinking about a long time since we relaunched the whole broadcast. I wanted to really dive into segments about what is really good for our community and our health. And I'm not really the guy to really represent this segment because I'm a guy of myself that's looking to build and improve, and I don't really look at myself as that macho guy that's going to give people that inspiration when I'm trying to inspire myself to be better each day. And I'm not as pleased where I'm at, but I'm currently working. But it's good to just dive into these intimate conversations with people like you that's tuning in and looking to be better with yourself. What's your routine? You know what I'm saying? What is your favorite workout routine? Mine's, if I'm starting off, if I got 2 hours of working out, I'm going to tell you right here. 2 hours of working out in my day, in the morning or evening. We're starting off 30 minutes of cardio, 10 minutes of runs. We're on a treadmill. We're running for either between 6.0 or to 6.8 speed. It varies only because of how well my breathing could contain that level of speed, and we're at a zero incline. I love doing inclines, but I'm gonna tell you why we have a certain routine of incline workouts of cardio. With me of running, I like to really feel my stomach, my chest, my breathing burn. I like that burning sensation. Seeing your body work as an engine, trying to gel out all that sweat and trying to get you in a fierce mode of will, man, that's one of the best feels, because after you get that hard breathing out, especially after your cardio, let me rewind. I'm gonna just say cardio. I'm gonna just say cardio. Once your cardio gets to a certain routine and you start to feel consistent, you start to feel light on your feet, light on your body, you feel like you got so much wind and so much energy. Running is a great routine. I don't care what anybody says. I know there's people that like to work out and it's just a body mass type of thing where they don't have to do no cardio. I respect that, but for me, I feel like it's not a good workout unless you have cardio knocked out. So that's one of the cardios. The second cardio that you got about the Stairmaster. Stairmaster is something that I haven't really gotten into within the last year, but I started to really see the difference. I started to see what it does to your back, your obliques. I started to see what it do for your V-line. I started to see what it do for just your body, period. Yeah, you may slouch over. Yeah, you may have times where you have difficulties of trying to have those burns, especially in your hammies, like your legs and your lower area, they're burning. You're constantly walking through steps. The most steps that I have walked on the Stairmaster was about 800 steps, and my speed was on a 5, and it was burning. But as I look at it, it really adds on into your cardio, and it also builds you muscle strength into your legs and to the middle part of your body, in my opinion. I feel like Stairmasters are a great way. I do about 10 to 15 minutes, and I roughly burn around, if not 75, about 125 calories. So, and you see where I'm going at with this. So with the treadmill, we're in there 10 minutes, 6.0 to 6.8 speed, where we're burning about, if not 100 to 130 calories. With the Stairmaster, we're burning about 75 to 100 calories. So we're on 2 cardio machineries. That's 200 calories burned. Once we get to the bike, now I haven't rode a road bicycle since, I don't know, maybe like 18, 17. I haven't owned a bike since I was like maybe 12, 13. But once you ride a bike, you won't ever forget how to ride a bike. And for me, I appreciate my father teaching me how to ride a bike. Since then, riding a bicycle, I mean, clearly not hard because it's not literally a real bicycle, but that's a real endurance that's challenging your speed, it's challenging your endurance. It's really aiming at what you can do to build up speed on that bike. Now, for me, although you can run as much miles, sometimes your calories doesn't really relate to the miles that you ride on your bike specifically. But for me, I challenge myself to at least about 30 miles, and the mile end goal with that is about 3 to 4 miles, and that's roughly around, if not 15, 20 minutes. So yeah, I'll say 30, 35, if not 35, 40 minutes of cardio. I take cardio serious. I just also inquired a jump rope from 5 and below just to keep my endurance with that. With jump roping, you're also doing a lot more work than doing running. So yeah, cardio is like one of my biggest things. If I'm not doing 30, I'm doing 40 in the gym with that. So after cardio, and we burn about almost 300 calories, we're going downstairs, and remind you, shout out to LA Fitness at Wilmore, one of the best gyms that they got out in this county. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the people that still have Planet Fitness. But I had to upgrade. LA Fitness at Wilmore, man. I go downstairs and I work on my abs. I take my abs serious. Work on core machines. I'm doing my sit-ups. I'm doing a lot of curls with some dumbbells. If I'm not working with 25s, I'm working with 22.5s. I'm working with 27.5s. I'm working with 30s, possibly if I get that certain strength. You got the bar where you got 50 pounds each, 60 pounds each. I'm doing like 3 sets of that, 3 sets of the dumbbells, 3 sets of the core workout. You got the, what is it? It's like a pull-up bench, but you could actually use it for core workouts as well, where you can stretch your legs out, or you could do butterflies, or you could do little hiccups with your knees and bring it back for your core. I'm doing 3 sets of workouts for each, 10s, and my core is on fire right now. It's at the point it's touching my spleen, and you don't want to mess with that. And then after that, you got your back workouts. You got the workouts with, you got your hand on the bar, the weight coming up, Anybody know these equipment, man? Tell me, bro. I'm not a gym fanatic, as you can see. I ain't even that damn athletic, but I'm really telling y'all how my workout routine is going for Rob Parker. You got the bar in the middle, pulling it down, weights is going down. I'm doing about 80 to 90 pounds, sometimes 100 if I feel good. I'm not the strongest guy. I'm not saying it as affirming that I can't be strong. I just don't look to be that strong to the point where like I'm too huge, I'm too bulky. I like to still be fluid and trimmed and very light. I've always been light. I've always been trim. You know what I'm saying? A little bit lately, you know, flaps, dad bod, unk bod, whatever y'all want to call it, man. Man, look, that shit curtains. Like those days over, man. Eating right is the best thing. Getting away from soda. Stay away from candy. Making sure you eating your fruits, eating your grains, your fiber, drinking water, and also like eliminating alcohol too. You know, like alcohol is cool. It's cool to hang out, cool to have fun, but that's an inflammatory type of, you know what I'm saying, subject. It's a inflammatory object where you just don't want to really like be aroused all the time because sometimes that causes weight gain, and that's something that personally for me I'm not always into. You know, especially with mood effects and everything like that. So I'm aware of how certain supplements do to people's bodies in terms of that. I try to stay away from that as much. I don't really drink coffee. I don't do no energy drinks. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I have my cheat days. Like, I eat popcorn here and there from the store. But, I mean, other than that, I don't try to do too much. If I do a meal, I'm making sure I get everything in one. Protein, starch, fiber. And with that, that's a good meal. It depends on what it is. As long as it's not, like, fried all the time, I'm good. So, Digital Lab Sports, just a reminder, you know what I'm saying? Always keep up with your health. Always keep up with how you living, how you breathing. It's not so much about how you look, but of course you want to be confident in how you look for sure. Of course that you want to stand out and represent for your family, relationship, business, people. I mean, all of that, man. You just want to feel good. So people gonna do good to look good to feel good, and that's my motto. So, Digital Lab Sports. That's how we coming about with the fitness segment. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I feel good about talking about that. If y'all got any ideas around that or anything like that, man, let me know, man. I actually got somebody that's in a cut that I was supposed to bring on the show, but we're gonna line it up really, really soon. I can't wait to bring them on this set to talk about fitness. So yeah, that's one of the things I really want to dive into this episode, man. I really love talking about fitness, getting your health right, because without health, it ain't no damn wealth. So let's go ahead and get right into the commercial, man. District Live Sports, District Live Sports, District Live Sports. You see it right here, man. You see us stacking. Nah, not stacking paper. Stacking these business cards. We stacking paper too, but we stacking advertisement, we stacking content, and we stacking help. We stacking help all around the community, man. We just want to give out our advertisement services to our businesses that's locally around the area, man. I try to preach this all the time to my people, man. We are here to help. We're here to grow. If y'all not winning, we not winning. We just want to give out our services to let y'all know we got y'all in every aspect. Interviewing, broadcasting, videography, photography, interviewing. Again, we got drones. We got live services, man. Anything that you think of, come holler at us at District Live Sports on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, email. We all over, man. Just keep rocking with us, man. We're going to rock with you. 1-800, no days off. Remember that. Let's get back to the show. I promise y'all, I was going to talk to y'all about one of my favorite segments. One of the groundbreaker movies that came out. And people are still watching it. Like, I'm happy to see people on their notes, stories, or tweets, or or even just in person talking about this phenomenal movie. Spider-Man Brand New Day. Tom Holland did his big one. The directing cast did a big one. Like, shout out to everybody who is a part of this film, man, bringing it as a real Spider-Man movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, they brought out John Berthel and as Frank Castle as the Punisher. You know what I'm saying? You got Sadie Sink as Jean Grey. They got a couple of villains that had a maybe 1 minute, 2 or 3 minute cameos like Scorpion and Tombstone. You got the Hand. You got Tarantula and all these other characters. It's just been dished out into the movie, bro. You got the Hawk in this movie. Like, you got a lot of sitcoms that was piled in, and they made it as a 10 out of 10 movie. With the storyline, I did expect a little bit different, but I was pleased with what they came up with and what they concluded to. It really brought me to happiness towards the end of the movie. It really showed what Spider-Man is all about, and it really defined the true essence of Spider-Man, of who he is. The guy that's mostly alone, the guy that's still got to do, even when it's hard, that's still resilient, and lose the people that you love. That's hard, man. That's reality in a day-to-day life and in our human lives. And seeing what Spider-Man did throughout the movie, adapting, transitioning, understanding with emotional intelligence, and improving, and actually taking his lost Aunt May words into consideration and to being a better person, even with the universe changing from the previous movie. Man, it was phenomenal. It was really incredible. Really, really incredible. With how they did with Jean Grey, when she was manipulating people's minds because she was trying to find her sister, man, that was really a heartbreaking feel to see. I mean, we're not late to see how Jean Grey have been in these films, especially the movie with the Phoenix. I think that came out about less than 10 years ago. Man, she was just a horror wreck in that movie. But this one, she was just very demonetizing and evil, and she was just trying to really get closer to her family. You know, in her ways of how she was doing it, it wasn't really, conducted good, but she did it anyway. And Peter Parker managed a way to find a friend to her. And once he got shot, mistakenly from the Punisher, they got closer, and she went off and doing her thing. Maybe that's a setup to the X-Men movie. Who knows, man? With Peter Parker and his adapting new powers, man, he not on that, web builder and his little wrist and with the machines, and he's trying to adapt to his new spider senses, and he got this spider mode with his eyes turn black, and it's just like prestige mode where he's like instant kill or destroying everything. At that point, and a part of the movie when he was fighting the Hand and all those crooks trying to get to Jean Grey, man, bro, he went bananas. Nobody was stopping him. Nobody was even touching him. I love how Marvel and Sony directed that, man. I love how they did that. And I love the post-credit scenes. I know we got Doomsday. We talked about it a little bit in the previous episode. It looked like bro about to be out in the space. Or it looked like bro went up to space and head into a different universe to meet up eventually in Secret Wars. We don't know. I just know that they did a phenomenal job with this movie. They could have had a stronger evil villain, but I liked it the way they made the story around Jean Grey, and they made it about a personal philosophy type of movie. I was trying to see if they had a glimpse of Miles Morales when he was talking to the Fed over the phone a couple times, but who knows? I mean, that's just something that Sony or Marvel is trying to do to sweep under the rug for the next generation of Marvel fans, and it's all right. I was really phenomenal. I was really fascinated of watching this movie. I seen it twice. Shoot, I'll watch it the third time if I can get it to it. But yeah, I give this movie a 10 out of 10. Really great film. Shout out to Tom Holland. Shout out to Sony and Marvel making a great, fantastic film. And shout out to District Live Sports for getting into these Marvel comic book talks, man. I really love it. Man, we got some more content to talk about these type of shows and type of movies in the future. And did y'all see that Vision Quest trailer? I seen it. Yeah, I seen it. I seen a little bit of Ultron. I seen a little bit of the old AIs being in person and them having their old AI world. Man, what you think about that, bro? I ain't gonna lie. I love me some Vision, bro. Since he came out in the Ultron movie, shoot, I feel like Vision had a purpose. And even when Thanos took his little gemstone out of his forehead and he got resurrected from Wanda and you know, they went berserk in the WandaVision show. Bro might be making his own storyline coming up and maybe preview in the new movies coming out. Or maybe one of those, I guess, I wouldn't say philosopher, but I guess a person to look up to in a new Avenger generation or new X-Men generation. Possibly. But we don't know whether he's just still stuck in his AI world or they're in the afterlife or however it's scripted. It looks fascinating. It looks cool. I love how Marvel do these spin-offs. I love how Marvel are doing these things where they're trying to keep these fans engaged, like myself, and they're just pulling out tricks out their hat. I really wish they could do little season 2, season 3s. I was really disappointed with them not trying to renew the season 2 of Wonder Man. I wanted to see what they're doing with Ironheart. I wanted to see if they have another Moon Knight. A lot of questions. But Marvel, you did your thing with the Vision Quest trailer. You did your one with the Doomsday trailer, but we already talked about that. And again, I love the brand new day. And let's just wait and see when the show come out. I know Marvel's supposed to be coming out with the Endgame with an extra post credit to their movie. I think I might just go ahead and do that. I mean, I've already seen Endgame. I could come there late and just do whatever, and then just pay attention to that Endgame credit. And yeah, we'll definitely talk about that real soon. We're definitely gonna have some Marvel comic book talks really soon. I just want to give a shout out to my team. Shout out to the whole District Live Sports family. Shout out to the whole District Live Sports community, the new subscribers, the new followers, the new listeners, people that's checking out on our apparel, people checking out on our social media, on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, on all of it, man. We appreciate the love and the support, man. I just want to give y'all another shout out to tell y'all how much I love y'all. I appreciate y'all rocking with me and our platform. You listen to Rob Parker. We tune out on episode 60. We out. Peace.